Rubina Singh. I'm a sophomore at Magnet, and today I'm so excited to present to you the future. Now, take a look at it. Looks brilliant, doesn't it? The high-end machinery, the amazing buildings. This is what we dream about. This is what we study math, science, and engineering for. This is what our prosperous STEM education of today is going to produce in some time. But I have to break an unfortunate truth to you all, that the society living within those walls is so very flawed. More flawed than our society is now. And this is because their democracy is practically falling apart. None of them know anything about politics and government. Despite being the government, the people do not know how to run it. Because when they were younger, they never got a proper civics education, and they were never motivated to get involved in their communities. And this is the effect of that. As I said before, I attend the Union County Magnet High School for science, mathematics, and technology. But I must say that I'm the farthest from a STEM student. I'm not in robotics or technology student association. I put the bare minimum effort into my engineering class, and I hate physics, calculus, and chemistry. To be honest, I have no idea why I'm going to this school. My dream in life is to pursue a career in government and politics. Ever since 8th grade, when I would watch Madam Secretary on Netflix, I have known that when I grow up, I want to put on a pantsuit, move to Washington, D.C., and work in the White House. From there, I've been involved in various political clubs, such as Congressman Malinowski's Youth Advisory Council and New Jersey Youth in Government. Through these clubs, I have made a lot of amazing connections, and I've found people with common interests as me. But I spend most of my time with my magnet friends, and our interests are very different. Yet, this very fact has opened my eyes, because I'm in awe of how talented my generation is. I see my friends working on building robots or computer programs, and I see how intelligent and brilliant they are. Now, this fact has also shown me how little my generation cares about civics education. Everyone's so absorbed into STEM that they forget that they need to pay attention in their social studies class and learn civics that they will take with them for the rest of their life. Governor Murphy recently signed a bill, which is going to be effective next school year, that requires every high schooler to take at least 1 year of civics education. But this does not compare to the years of science and math that each student has to take. Additionally, the Department of Education spends about $54 per student on STEM education, while spending a bare 5 cents per student on civics education. This is a huge difference, and some of you may be okay with it. Some of you maybe even agree that STEM should be invested in more because it'll lead to higher paying jobs and it's less controversial. Well, not everyone pursues a career in STEM, but everyone grows up to be a citizen in democracy. I'm a school district lead for an organization called Project Teal. And Project Teal is a student-led movement all over the country that motivates teens to be civically engaged. Project Teal runs its mission on these 4 main statistics. 1 in 4 students don't know the 3 branches of government. 11 states don't require civics education to graduate. 17% of young people trust the government, and 70% of high schoolers say they have not written a political opinion. As you can see, these statistics show that our students of today are just not prepared to enter democracy when they grow up. As I continued my research, I also found that the younger generations of today are much less likely to register to vote than the younger generations were 30 years ago. Also, according to a Gallup poll, 13% of Americans trust Congress, 39% trust the presidency, and 40% trust the Supreme Court. So the emphasis on STEM education is one of the reasons civics is lacking, but another really big one is polarization. For those of you who don't know what polarization is, it is the extreme division into two or more groups based on differing ideas and opinions. And in current times, it exists more than it did ever before. Everyone thinks that politics is this hostile and brutal thing that they just never want to go near. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not politics. Politics is referred to as all the problems within the democratic system, yet politics is the actual system itself. There's good to it too. I'm here to emphasize that the government is the framework of our country, so it's not something that you can shy away from. So many people don't even register to vote because they don't want to go near politics, and they try so hard to avoid it. Yet, politics is not something that you can avoid. It affects everyone's life. So, instead of staying away from it, do something about it. If you have a problem, speak out. Try to let someone know. That is one of the many ways that you can be civically engaged. Now I move to the next part of my talk, which is the solution to the problem. First and foremost, get educated. One great way to start is to keep up with current events. Even if you dedicate about 10 minutes per week to get election updates or catch up on new legislation that has been passed, it will do so much for you in the future. Along with that, make sure that you have a basic historical knowledge, meaning you know the purpose of each branch of government, and you also know the morals and values encompassed into the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. When Thomas Jefferson first wrote the Declaration of Independence, he wrote it broadly so that our generations and future ones could interpret it easily and use its successes and take them into the future to have even more. We owe it to Thomas Jefferson to make it our duty to stay civically educated. Now, one of the purest ways to be civically engaged is to volunteer for campaigns, and this is because you get direct access to potential candidates who are going to take position in office, and they will be able to meet your needs. So first, you should know who your state senators and state representatives are, and from there, try to find someone who matches your political views, or someone's character who you like. So from there, you should call their campaign, and you can ask how you can volunteer. Campaigns will never say no to you. Campaigning teaches you so many life skills such as teamwork, communication, and determination. You're doing tasks such as calling registered voters, distributing campaign pamphlets, or even knocking on doors. And anyone of any age can do it. Now, I'm going to talk about community service, which you all have probably already heard about, but maybe not in line with the word civics. When you think of civics, you think it's politics, but politics is just one component to it. Giving back to your community builds a stronger community that will go into the future and be more united and have more successes. So help your neighbors out, help your family out, or even take care of the environment. Now, I've listed many organizations that I like to use to gain more civics knowledge on a day-to-day basis. So as I said before, I'm part of the organization Project Teal, and it's pretty new, but we have a lot of amazing resources on our website that you could definitely check out if you want to learn more. Project Teal, some of the stuff it does includes practicing lobbying, having monthly campaigns, and it also has a curriculum on its website with many different lesson plans about different topics in civics. All in all, civics teaches you leadership, communication, so many skills that STEM and the arts may not necessarily do. If you're not involved in civics now, I encourage you to start, even if it's a little bit. It'll change your life, and it'll make you a much better citizen in the future.